Hey gang, Ronan here, welcome on back to the Cade and another episode of our one-day playthroughs. And for this one, we're going to dive back into the deep archive of a gazillion different games you can play from one of the great franchises of all time. Of course, we're talking about Star Wars, and it coincides with the newly remastered version of this game, which came out just last week for most consoles. We are going to go back to 1995, and we are going to play Star Wars Dark Forces. Now, if you're not familiar with this game, this is actually the first in what became known as the Star Wars Jedi Knight series that spanned 5 games over 8 years, starting with Dark Forces. We had Dark Forces 2 that came out in 1997, Jedi Knight Mysteries of the Sith in 1998, and then Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast in 2002, and Jedi Knight Jedi Academy in 2003. And I'm going to skip through this because I've already gotten into a bit of hot water when we did Star Wars Jedi Power Battles for a WTF Wednesday episode a couple of weeks ago. YouTube let me know that you're using licensed material for the audio, which I can't do anything about. It's a Star Wars game. So, but the other thing I wanted to be able to do this week is this is the first time I'm rolling out a PlayStation 1 game on a new emulator. I am using an emulator now called DuckStation, which apparently is the top-of-the-line emulator, and I'm doing that, as you will see, for a couple of reasons as we go through. Part of the reason why I'm trying it out is Dark Forces ended up being the perfect test platform for this new emulator. Now, why are we doing this for a one-day playthrough? Well, this is a game that when it first came out in 95, I was thereabouts 18 years old, and at the time in the 90s, especially around from 1991 to 95, the big game that everybody was still playing at that point was Doom. They were playing Doom, they were playing Doom 2, they were playing Quake. I think, if I remember right, I believe Quake 2 may have come out by then. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments below. But, be that as it may, everybody, and I mean everybody, jumped on the bandwagon to be able to come up with a Doom clone. And LucasArts was no different in that. And for a lot of Star Wars fans, as fun as it was to go and play side-scrolling games for the 16-bit era and playing the classic flight simulators from the 8-bit era and the arcade era, being able to have a first-person shooter Star Wars game, what better was that? The only thing that could have made it better is being able to have a lightsaber at your disposal, which, if memory serves, you can't do in this game, but you were able to start doing it in this series in the sequels. So like I said, this game came out on MS-DOS and Macintosh systems in 95. It was released as a port on the PlayStation in 96. And what we're going to do over the course of the next 25 minutes or so is we're going to try and see how far we can get through this game. Now, this is a game, and I did check to see what the average run-through time is on YouTube, so that's my metric for what other people do for playthroughs, and that's how this qualifies for a one-day playthrough, is you can finish this game in, I saw ones that you can do in 5 hours, I saw ones that you do in roughly 10 hours. So you can definitely beat it in a day. I wouldn't recommend you necessarily go through and do that, but do so at your discretion. We are definitely not going to take 5 hours and play this entire game. We're going to see what we can do in 30 minutes. Now, like Doom and like Quake, this game is built on a similar engine. They called it, of course, the Jedi engine because it was LucasArts, but it is very much a classic first-person setup. Your square button fires your blaster. You can look to the left, or look to the right, look to the left. Forward is advance, down is back up. Now, one of the things about this that it's a little tricky is that if you want to be able to strafe somebody and be able to like move one way or the other, you have to hold the R2 button and do that. So you can strafe left or right, you can strafe forward, you can strafe back, but it allows you to essentially lock onto one spot and be able to move that way. The other thing is that if your triangle button is to jump, and then circle is to switch weaponry. So if you look down in the lower left corner, the left corner is your life readout. the green number is your shield rating out of 100. Your middle is the life rating. Once your shields are down, it's how much life you have left out of 100. And then 3, I believe, is the number of lives you get before you die. This is still a life-based game. And then on the right side, the 99, because I fired one blaster bolt off, that is your ammo count. And now, from here, it is simply go through and start taking people out. Now, you can see that the graphics are not super hyped up. One of the reasons why I switched over to Duck Station, though, was that I had just an absolute bear of a time trying to get on PCSXR. The graphics engine was so old on it, it just did not want to cooperate. So,
You there, stop where you are.
Of course, I'll walk right in and go right by a stormtrooper. Now, this guy over here should have a classic stormtrooper laser rifle. Now, the weapons all have different traits to them. So this will fire a lot quicker, but it won't be as accurate because, of course, it's controlled by stormtroopers and they can't hit the broadside of a barn. To be able to activate this panel, you just hit the X button. And now we're out here. Now, when this game came out in '95, I, like a lot of people, woo, where did you go? Ah, you were over there. Your R1 button is to sprint, and your L1 button allows you to look up. That's what I wanted. I want to be able to look over and see. Which way I gotta go.
Surrender immediately.
Like I said, I played this game pretty relentlessly when it first came out. Because, it was the first time we had a first-person Star Wars shooting game. Which had a massive appeal to it. But I didn't go on to play many of the sequels. I think I dabbled a little bit in Dark Forces 2, but... And I can't... Yeah, I gotta be able to get up on that ridge, and I can't do that, so... Grab that. Grab that. Now, one thing this definitely had going for it being on the PlayStation at the time was that, like playing Doom... Whoop, come here. There we go. Finally took it down. Thank you. Sorry, didn't mean to be in your way. There, I finally put him down. But anyway, Doom on the original on the PS1. For those of us who did not have great computers growing up, was an absolute godsend of a game. because the frame rate and such was at such high fidelity that it made it was light years ahead of what you would get on most conventional computer systems at the time if your parents either didn't get you one or didn't shell out a whole ton of money to be able to have it. Don't tell me I'm stuck. There we go. How many more blinking stormtroopers are up there? Alright, so we're 10 minutes in. Ah, okay. Now I know where we're at. So this is where I came in before. Which means I gotta go back around this way. Go up here. Through this door. And what I gotta do is I gotta do a sprint jump. Which means I'm gonna get up here. Ah! Didn't quite get the button off in time. Like Wizards and Warriors, this game is a little bit clunky with the controls, as you're obviously seeing, and hopefully I'm not making you motion sick. Come on. Come on, Kyle, get up there. Alright, so I got that. Is there anything else around here that I need? No. Alright. Now I gotta find a key to get through a specific door. The key's gotta be around here somewhere. And it ain't here. Now there was that door over there, and there's that door over there that I came in. There's this door right here. Oh, I did find it. I somehow was sure I missed the key. Now, what did that open? I didn't see what this opened here. It opened something. But heck if I know what or where. And that is part of the problem with this game, is that so there's something out there. And there is stuff out there I should be able to get, but I'm not seeing it yet. It's the problem you have when you have not played a game in a really long time. You forget where a lot of this stuff is. You forget where a lot of the secrets are. That opens something. That open it down here. No. To open something outside. Didn't open this gate. Didn't open anything over here. So I know it opens something. Ah, it opened it over here. Before I do that, come here really quick.
You there, stop where you are. You're not authorized.
Put him down. That opens something.
It's too easy.
Ooh, I got the Death Star plans. That's a little critical piece of information that I could have used, yeah. And here's my ship. And that takes care of the mission. So, yeah, it's very, very old school how this game works, to the point where you even get a passcode, which nowadays is unheard of for stuff like this. Now, creation on this game started back in 1993, so it did take them quite a while to get the graphics and everything set up to be able to fully be to what LucasArts wanted. And since it's come out in the last 30 years, the original version on the PlayStation only ended up with a 60% aggregate score on game rankings, but for the time, the PlayStation version wasn't actually considered that great. EGM, Electronic Gaming Monthly, gave it just under 5 out of 10. GameSpot gave it 5.5 out of 10. IGN gave it 5 out of 10. Next Generation Magazine gave it a 3 out of 10. Out of all the versions of the original Dark Forces that came out, I almost said Dark Souls. I've been playing that game too long. The PC version earned a 7.6 out of 10, and GameSpot in upwards of 95 to 90% reviews in PC Gamer and PC Zone, whereas the Mac version earned a 4 out of 5 in Next Generation and Mac User.
Kyle delivers the plans to the Rebel Alliance. Soon afterwards, the Death Star is destroyed. But even as the Alliance celebrates this victory, another sinister plot is set in motion that will become an even greater concern for the Rebellion.
Now, unlike when we did
The Emperor has approved your test demonstration.
Sherlock
General
Holmes
Walker.
Consulting Detective
Thank
2
you,
weeks ago
Lord
for
Vader.
WTF Wednesday,
What I unveil today
this
will mark
didn't
a new
have
era for the
full motion
Empire.
video cutscenes,
We will be
which
able
were
to
still
decimate the rebels just as
around
we
in
did the
95.
Jedi Knights. At last, the Emperor's war will
Instead,
be filled
because it's
only with the
LucasArts,
glory
LucasArts
and
had the
beauty
means
of
through
decisive
ILM to be able to
victory.
create
A
computer
noble
graphics like
cause,
this.
General.
They
I
did it
hope
that
the
way.
demonstration lives up to your claims. Proceed.
With pleasure. Dark Trooper, release.
That was a fairly menacing ship. Sardines going in the can. And away they go. Now, among the reviews, Stephen Kent on Seattle Times said that part of this game's appeal is that it would reach a broader array of gamers than just Star Wars fans. He said one of the things that he brought up is that most of Dark Forces is set in the original Star Wars universe, and they were created in the same general spirit of the original trilogy. And that is actually a higher point for the game as opposed to where
Very
this was
impressive, General.
the height of what
The
became
Emperor
known as the
will be
expanded
most
universe, which is the
pleased.
original
Continue with your
now
project.
considered non-canonical stuff
Certainly,
since
Lord
Disney
Vader.
bought LucasArts, 10 years ago now, at least? Which seems like it was a lot more recent than that.
Thank you, Commander, for responding at such short notice. The Empire has been keeping us on the run since the destruction of the Death Star. 5 days ago, the Empire attacked one of our secret bases in the city of Talay.
This is TAC base to anybody out there. Please, we're under employee attack. They're everywhere. There was no warning at all. Total devastation. They broke our shield.
Considering that's a calamari who looks like Admiral Akbar, he should have known it was a trap. And that is our protagonist,
TAC
Kyle
base was
Katarn.
destroyed within minutes. Many innocent people in the surrounding city, as well as the rebel staff, were killed. Intelligence thinks that this may be an act of retaliation for the destruction of the Death Star.
Alright, I'm just going to skip over this because we're down to about less than 10 minutes to get through the next level. So, one of the things that came about in the reviews for the PlayStation version of this was that IGN said that while the overall speed of the PlayStation made the gameplay smoother, the fact that Dark Forces graphically really did not compete with what was available on the system at the time really hindered it, because they did a straight arcade port, or at least from the PC version, I should say, and the Mac. So they didn't go back and refurbish anything, which is part of why they did the remastered version that just came out at the end of February, which I haven't played yet, but I am curious about it. Because if the graphics have been improved to the point where they are not as choppy, and you still get the overall feel of this now 30 years later, I mean, who's going to say no to that? And I do say that as somebody who has gone and played, so give me back my blaster rifle. I have played Jedi Survivor and Jedi Fallen Order, which I have enjoyed both the Respawn games. Granted, I have waited a considerable amount of time to really get into Jedi Survivor because I have it on the PC, and of course that comes with all the requisite pre-launch bugs and everything that drove a lot of people crazy. Which says a lot about this era in that, yes, while it is a completely
You're not authorized in this area.
imperfect game, we at least got the benefit of having a game that was done. Sit down, Stormtrooper. Those. Now, the fact that you can't just do an auto reset and put yourself back to level on your aim, and you don't have a reticle to aim at, can be considered a little bit annoying. I mean, I'm not too bent out of shape over it, considering it's a 30-year-old game, but it is one of those things that if you want to go back and play the original version of it, I don't know if this was something that got worked out in the remaster. If it has, let me know. If the controls were part of the deal in getting it refurbished, or if it was completely put into just updating the graphics. Yeah, I know I'm not authorized to be here, and you're still authorized to die because I say so. Whoa. Hello, sunshine. That door doesn't want to open. Why does that door not want to open? Now, if you do what I just did and hit select and highlight the map, this does allow you to get a little better idea of where you need to go. And I'm pretty sure I need to go through that door, but the question is, how do I get in there if it doesn't have a switch to activate? There we go. Now I know where I'm going. I'm going where they're shooting at me. Oh, and if you were in the dark, you also get the benefit of having a headlight. Which I should have thought about while I was in that cave in level 1. So that door is still locked. So it looks like we're going up over here. Pardon me, I had to cough for a moment, and I didn't want to cough into the microphone. No. I suspect we might end up... Whoop. Who's firing? Being able to pick out enemies at distance is a bit annoying. Aha. Here we go. In the water, and your movement is restricted while you're in the water. Can't open that door. Ooh. Nope, that's not a switch or anything. Aha! Whoa! Didn't want to go that way. So it looks like I need to get something that will swing that around and get over here. Can I go in here? No. If I'm stuck, then I got a problem. 'Cause there's got to be a way to get back out of here. It looks like it's that way. Ah, this is where I came in before. Okay. Sit down. You too. Is there anything over here? Shields are good. Health is good. Anything around here besides guys I need to take out? Need to aim a little higher. Okay, anything around here that I'm missing? Not seeing anything. Got more ammo. Alright, and I can't go that way still. Whoops. Is there anything up around here? No. Okay, go over here, pick up some more stuff. Let's see. Let's go this way. Oh, I think I know what's what. Okay. So it looks like the way to get to that switch was back up around that way. I just didn't go that. I didn't get the right setup to go over there. We're just treading along in the water. Hopefully this is water. It's Star Wars, so you're never entirely sure what it is. The farthest I ever got in this game, and anybody who's played it will tell you, is that it's easily the most frustrating part of the game, is when you get to, I believe you get to the Death Star, if I remember it right, and you get to the sewers. Because that is such a ridiculously insane labyrinth to navigate through. Perfect time for a supercharged weapon. Nothing over here. Shield units, no. Not a good day for you, is it, pal? Battery cell. There it is. No! That's not what I wanted to do. I think somebody's trying to get a hold of me, but I don't know who or what. But what I need to do is I need to get out of this water. This way because I'm getting crushed. That's not good. I do not need to get turned into a wafer thin mint. What I need is I need to figure out how to get out of here. This ain't it. Okay, keep moving forward unless I'm going to go all the way back around. Which sucks. That was not my plan. But that speaks to part of how this game has not necessarily aged well over 30 years. So all the way back over here. Wading through all this water. Jump back up here. Back up here. Okay, now we have to go all the way back around. Don't have to worry about that. Does this door work now? Yeah, it does.
You're not authorized in this
Just need to go over here and hit the switch. Yeah, finally took him out. Am I going the right way is the other question. Oh, there's a whole freaking room down here of stuff I missed. Because the doors weren't working. Anything here? No. Alright, now where the heck is that platform? No! Damn it. Ah! You think you're right there, and then it just moves you a couple steps out of the way, and it's wizards and warriors all over again. Now I definitely may have to try out the remastered version of it, just to see how much of a difference there is. That said, I had been planning on doing a one-day playthrough of this before I even knew that the remastered version was coming out. So this wasn't something... It helped that it coincided with it, but it was never really something that I was thinking about going, oh, well, I gotta be able to do this. Alright, so where the heck... Well, I gotta go. Get out of here. Consult the map.
Surrender immediately.
Turn the map back off. Sit down. And like Doom, there's no shortage of shortcuts and things that you just don't know when you're gonna find them. They'll just show up. Alright, now we're back here. And This is just a dead end. So I'm tired of messing with that way. Went that way. Went this way. Came over here. So that means if that's there, we've got to go this way. But we're back over here. Here we go. Finally. I think this rotates that platform back around. Now we're finally through.
You're not off.
Yeah, you keep telling me that, and I keep killing all of you. Okay, that is not a stormtrooper. I will come in here and hoard out whatever I can find. Nothing here. More stuff over here. Anything around here? No. Anything around here? No. Alright, let's get out of here, shall we?
That blaster's on. Blast him!
If you insist, I will have no qualms about blasting. I just walked into a Han Solo situation. Well, it keeps pausing. I don't know. Finally put him down.
Stop where you are.
No. And you can't make me. I shot him point blank with a stormtrooper blaster and he still didn't go down. I should be able to activate that panel, but it's not wanting to go. You wouldn't have a panel right there if it didn't have a purpose. So what is it? Unfortunately, I can't crouch. So heck if I know what it is. Alright, this brings me up here. There's a rebel symbol right there. Put him down. Anything else in here? Ooh.
Go ahead, Kyle. Looks like I found something that can help us out. Get back to the landing pad and I'll meet you there.
Dark super weapon. Alright, hopefully I know where the landing pad is. No, don't go in the water. Don't go in the water. Damn it, Kyle. Work with me here. That would suck. Sitting there just trying to stay on the platform. He's so twitchy. There we go. Alright, so. Ooh. Find the bridge. I thought I heard a ship coming. Which way back to the landing pad from here? There we go. And that takes care of it. So we did 2 levels in about 50 minutes. And that, in a nutshell, is Jedi, or Star Wars Dark Forces, I should say, which is part of the Jedi Knight series, again, that ran from 1995 to 2003. So, let's get through the usual 2 questions really quick. Is this a good game? I would say that in the scope of what it was in 1995, with how much everybody was hell-bent on coming out with, like I said, whatever way they could do a Doom clone, be it Quake, Duke Nukem, Dark Forces, you name it, everybody was trying this. Does it make it the most original idea? Not really. Does it make it a bad game? For the time, also not really. Again, it was a first-person Star Wars game, and at a time when Star Wars was going through a definite lull. It was nothing like what it has been in the last 5-10 years, to the point where now a lot of people are talking about Star Wars burnout. along with comic book burnout. There's just been an overabundance of everything. And I'm not making an opinion one way or another. That's just kind of how the general zeitgeist is at the moment. We didn't have that so much 30 years ago, where we were able to lean into games like this and be able to get more out of it. Because it was a fairly rare occurrence to get a Star Wars game that was usable on a game console. Yes, we had the Super Star Wars series for the Super Nintendo, we had other variations for the NES and the Genesis, but by the time we got to the 32-bit generation, PCs had caught up to the point where LucasArts was putting X-Wing Flight Simulator, TIE Fighter, all that stuff specifically on the PC and the Mac. So if you were a console gamer like me at the time, it wasn't easy to find this stuff. Secondly, obviously this is a game that can be made today because we still make first-person shooters, and they just did a remastered version of it. Again, that came out a week ago. So not only can they make it now, they have done more or less. Again, I haven't played it yet, so I am curious to know, for those of you who have played it, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. If you played the original versus the remastered version, is it better or not? What about it do you find that's any different? And, you know, if this is a game that you want to try, again, I had to go and download a brand new emulator to play it on because the older emulators, for whatever reason, the pixelation on it was just awful. So I am using DuckStation, which is a fairly new emulator. It seems to be updated regularly, and for what you're able to see graphics-wise and gameplay-wise, it's a really good emulator to try out. So that, again, everybody, for One Day Playthrough is Star Wars Dark Forces. Again, Star Wars, too many words in your titles, but you know, that's, I didn't make them, so I don't get to cash the checks. I just get to complain about it. So if you've enjoyed the content, and I do hope you have, best way to show it, hit that like button, subscribe if you are new, ring the bell, be notified of the latest episodes. Thank you very much for tuning in as well to our ongoing and nearly done playthrough, first time playthrough of Dark Souls, not Dark Forces. We just posted episodes 43 and 44 this past weekend. There are only 2 left. That's all the spoilers I will give you, is we will get through. If I remember, I think there's 2 left. There's 2 or there's 4, now that I think about it. There's still some to come, but we are down to the very, very end. I'll leave it at that. So, also, be sure to follow us on social media through Instagram and Threads around RetroCade. Help spread the word about us so we continue to build our subscriber base. We're already at 120 subscribers in the first 2 months of 2024, which doesn't seem like much, but for a small independent content creator like we are, that's a big deal, because it shows that we're still able to put content out there that people are starting to pick up on, and we're starting to gain a little bit of momentum. Where that's going to lead, I don't know. But thank you to everybody who has hit that subscribe button and has helped start to build this community. Your patronage is, as always, most appreciated. And as always, if there's a game you would like to see us feature from the Nintendo Entertainment System, the Super Nintendo, Sega Master System, Sega Genesis, or Mega Drive, SNK Neo-Geo, Nintendo 64, Sega Saturn, Sega Dreamcast, PlayStation 1, or PlayStation 2. Leave it in the comments below or drop me a line on Instagram or Threads. Could be any game from those consoles you want. Yes, it's been a while since I've done some of these outros, so I am a little bit rusty and I'm on vacation. But again, my name is Ronan. It's been great to spend this one day playthrough with you. Be safe, be well, happy gaming, and we will talk to you on Wednesday for another episode of WTF Wednesday. Bye.